You got me thinking about peppers.
Oh, you're just eating a whole pepper by what the fuck?
Delicious.
Wait, what are you eating?
Pepper.
Not a hot pepper. That's not a hot pepper, is it?
It's pepper.
What is that?
Pepper boy.
Looks like a piece of poo. What is that?
Are you just
It's a
eating
pepper.
a poblano?
Oh.
It's not a poblano. It's just a regular pepper. You dip it in a little
Like a
bell
sweet,
pepper,
like a
bell
sweet
pepper.
pepper.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like freaking out. I thought you were eating
But wait,
a
are
poblano
you eating
pepper.
the seeds too?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, people do that.
Oh, I don't eat the seeds.
Are you afraid
Then
of
you're gonna have
growing a
peppers
pepper
growing.
inside?
Yeah, I was about to say, that's how you get a pepper inside your belly.
Yeah, you're gonna have a whole bunch
how
of
you get-
peppers growing.
That's how you get pregnant from pepper.
Yeah, man.
You let them.
Yeah.
You can't eat the seeds.
You let them put their seed in their mouth. In your mouth.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
You want a pepper baby?
No, not just in your
Got
mouth,
one.
down your throat.
Well, you know.
Has to go down the right hole.
Down your
Guys,
esophagus.
new listeners.
Esophagus.
Welcome.
Esophagus.
If you are easily offended,
Esophagus.
that's a soft joke. The putting your seed in somebody's mouth.
Pepper seed.
That's a PG joke here. Look,
Technically, it would get past network censors if we said
Yeah,
that.
it'd be fine.
Yeah.
Look, we appreciate you for coming to check us out. You probably saw the TikToks or the Facebook, but if you're easily offended, it's fine. It's okay. Let's part our ways. Let's part separate ways. Let's
shut
be
it off
friends.
right now.
Yeah, let's stay
Everyone
friends.
listening, press stop right now.
Yeah.
Just stop it right now.
Even if you
but
like
if-
us.
Yeah, just turn it off.
Our metrics
You know-
plummet. We're like, oh
put
shit.
us on mute. Put us on mute and walk away.
Keep
And
playing,
come back.
but put us on mute. Yeah, if you don't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it, just keep playing it, but just put us on mute.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, just queue us up on Spotify and walk away.
But you know what? No, nothing bad on you. Like, hey, I get it. You're easily offended. I don't mind that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's fine.
To each their own.
Yeah.
But if you're not, and you like to party, and you like to hang out with us, then welcome back. 'Cause
Yeah.
you probably
Hey, you know what I
been
hate
listening
about
to us.
Spotify?
What is it?
Let's go, dude. You know what I hate about Del Taco?
You know what I hate about Spotify? When you don't have premium and they say enjoy the next 30 minutes ad free, and then 10 fucking minutes later,
Oh, yeah.
it's
Yeah, they
playing
lie to
ads
you.
at you.
You know
Yeah.
what? They should give you
It
money for
lies.
that. They should give you money.
Yeah.
If you
It's-
pay for, what if you pay for Spotify premium, but then you opt to still listen to ads,
Oh boy.
and then they pay you, and then
That's interesting.
So it'd be like alladvantage.com.
what is that?
Anyone
What is
remember that?
No,
What is
It was
that?
it was a business that was like the original money for data. So you would install.
Oh yes, I remember this.
a
I remember this. I remember
bar
this.
I remember that. I remember
in
that.
your computer that would just
Yeah.
run and track your traffic, and
Yes.
they
Yeah.
would pay you cents per hour.
They would take it
Also
away
leave
right
it
away.
on as
They'd be
if
like,
you
this
get
guy's,
the
You know,
this
okay,
guy's
I
downloading
had it
porn.
on because it was helpful. Like you could qualify for certain random student scholarship drawings.
for a home loan.
Yeah, maybe home loans too.
I wanna
What
see
is
this.
this?
I
Yeah,
don't
It
yeah.
sounds
want.
dangerous, whatever
I
it
don't
is.
want any commercials.
Well,
My kid-
it was a
my
more
kid is
naive
easily
time in the
influenced.
internet.
Yeah,
My
it
kid-
was. Yeah.
My kid is easily influenced by commercials. The
Oh,
the other day we're in the car and he's like, "Oh, O'Reilly."
No, that's just a jingle working. Everyone's influenced by
Every jingle
jingles.
does work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard the In and Out jingle once and it stuck in my head. And then my dad sung it back to me. And I was like, Dad, that's not the jingle. It's a completely different song.
How does it go? How does it go? The
How did
In-N-Out
he
one?
think it went?
You're like, okay, well, it's the same words, but the actual In and Out jingle goes, In and Out, In and Out. That's what a hamburger's all about. And then my dad went, In and Out, In and Out. That's what a hamburger is all about. And I was like, that's not what they said.
That's close enough.
It's like a
I
different.
mean, honestly, that's close enough.
I think he's just
I
attaching
feel like your
it to
rendition
like
was
a,
also inaccurate, Marvin.
I
Yeah,
think he
are
was
we
attaching
sure?
it to like a nursery jingle or something, or nursery rhyme. That's
So
what I
you're
thought
saying
was
he
doing.
got the words right, but he was just kind of off in the
spirit of it was
rhythm.
wrong.
Your singing instructor dad was off in the
He
singing.
can go. It's actually
Is that what you're telling me?
in and out, in and out. That's what a hamburger It's all
In-N-Out, please sponsor us already.
No. If anybody knows anybody at the Tajin company, let us know, dude, because we really want that Tajin money, dude.
I know it's like connect us to Senor Tajin.
It's probably like
Maybe speak with Senor
probably
Tajin.
cents.
or Senorita Tajin. We don't know. We don't know who's running.
Senora Tajin.
Yeah.
Well, depending on how old she is.
Well, I don't think it's a Mexican thing. The colors are could be Italian. So
They look
Tajin.
It's been Italian this whole time.
Yeah.
Or Portuguese.
What is that, like tagine?
We go to Italy and they're like, "This is our spice."
Yeah, this is the
We
secret
put
to
them in
our Alfredo
spaghetti.
sauce. We put tahini in it.
We're like, "What? That's crazy."
They put the hot noodles in the big Parmesan bowl wheel of cheese, and then they go and the finishing touch, and they pour tahini all over it.
Yeah.
They drop it like Salt Bay. Like they like
exactly.
Like
Throw it
Salt
tahini.
Bae.
Yeah, exactly.
We're like, "Wow, we had no idea. That's crazy."
Oh, it's traditional Italian tagine. Yeah.
Yeah, when in Rome.
When in Rome.
Oh my god.
When in Rome, do as the locals do. Cover your stuff in tahine.
It's actually like an old Roman ingredient this whole time. Like Caesar poured it on all over his food.
That sounds nice.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
Newbie Star Trek. Everyone.
Wesley's dead. Woo!
Yeah.
By the way, this episode I'm gonna
He'll
spoiler
never
alert,
show up
this
again.
This episode is a 10 for me. But if he shows
Just
up in
getting
the next
that out of the
episode,
way.
the whole season is a fucking 0 for me, dude.
All right.
We're done.
That's a fair gamble.
Yeah.
I'll take you up on that.
Yeah. Final mission. It's Wesley's final mission. And they did it because Wil Wheaton, bless his heart, really wanted to leave the show. And, he wanted to go and pursue other things. And contrary to popular belief, it's not because the fans didn't like him. It's because he hated the way the producers were treating him.
Well, I also Googled it and said
That's
like
debatably worse.
He left because it was seriously interfering with his career in feature films.
That's the specific thing. So there was a movie, I think it's called Valmont. I could be remembering that incorrectly, where he had gotten a part for it, and they were like, okay, all we need to do is just let me like be written out of one episode that I'm not a major player in, and I can do this movie. And then the producers, I think specifically Maurice Hurley, actually told him, no, you have to stay. This episode's really important, and your character's an important part of this episode. And then
It was that episode he wasn't even in.
the thing is, he then had to pull out of his role, and then after he pulled out of the role, he learned he was written out of the episode.
Oh,
jeez.
That sucks. I'd be pretty bitter
that's some
about that.
bullshit.
That's pretty bad.
that
And
sucks.
honestly, similar thing, like, Denise Crosby also wanted to leave to pursue features, right? But, they both had good reasons. But
did it work out for him?
that's the awful part. It didn't really.
Because I don't really know him other than. What else
I'm
is
not
he
sure
in?
there are
I'm
any
not sure.
TNG cast members that really
he was in Stand By Me.
flourished beyond TNG.
But he was in Stand By Me
for anything
before
other than that.
he even went to TNG.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
Oh wait, he's also in Big Bang Theory apparently, but I don't watch that show.
Sure, but that's as because you're Wil Wheaton from Star Trek, not as like an actor per se. Like,
Can I say
he
something
had to transform
before we
into
go on?
something.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't hate the actor known as.
Oh yeah,
Wil
no,
Wheaton.
not at all. Yeah,
I think he did a fine job with what he was given. I just think that the character was written very poorly, and that he was directed very poorly.
Yeah, and Wil Wheaton himself,
with television directing, there's a different director every episode, so it's like you kind of get a little direction from like the showrunner, but
not really because they weren't even on set. It was a type of show where they weren't even on set.
Yeah,
unless you're Jonathan Frakes.
Yeah,
and
then he's like, I'm gonna just do my thing, baby. But I don't think Wil Wheaton was bad. I think I just don't like the character, and I don't have any ill will towards Will.
Hey.
Hell yeah, dude! I'm a regular fucking Eminem.
That's the real Slim Shady.
Yeah, dude. And I think that he's a fine actor. Everything else I've seen him in, he's fine. It's just that I don't like this character. Even this episode proves that even at the very end, he was riddled with fucking privilege. The character.
Yes, yes.
It's true.
But I think Wil Wheaton got. I think
like,
Wil Wheaton got a chance to prove he knows what he's doing, though. I mean, like it wasn't like the most amazing acting, but it's better than what he did before. I think.
Yeah,
he did a pretty good job.
So-
yeah.
Has he ever been invited back? Like, is he in Picard? Does anybody know? I don't mind Picard spoilers. I'll eventually get to it, but
Yeah.
is Wil Wheaton in it? Does
Very
anybody
minor
know?
cameo in Picard.
Okay,
Yeah.
but he's in it.
Yeah, very minor cameo.
So this is what
he's like Picard, you fucking asshole. You were my dad the whole time, and you didn't fucking tell me. It's
While you were dying, even when you were dying, you wouldn't tell me.
So are these like? Well, you know what? We can save it, I guess. Oops, sorry, my phone's on.
Oh my
Damn it,
God,
Sarah.
dude.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Damn it.
So-
This amateur hour.
I mean, are the specific
How
reasons
could you do
because
that on this
he
episode,
is-
dude? On this special fucking episode.
I know. We should be. Because they said fans apparently found him deeply annoying and arrogant, and he saved the day too often, got to pilot the ship with little
Yeah.
to no experience,
Yeah.
and he was always
Not not
Injecting
just fans.
himself.
Everyone's could say so. Everyone who's seen an episode of this would say so.
Yeah,
We've said so.
Even Marina Sirtis has been on record of being like, "Why did he drive the ship?" Like,
Who's Cersei?
like,
Yeah.
Is she the one that got her hair chopped off and got spit on? In the street?
No, Deanna Troi.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Cersei's.
okay, but here's also another reason. They say that Wesley was written as a character that like teens his age couldn't relate to because he was never doing average kid things. He was just hanging out with adults, and he had genius level intellect, and he was just unrelatable.
Yeah. At no point was
Yeah.
was he like, man, I heard about this thing called weed. Because then
Yeah.
Worf was like, no, it's the worst
Well,
drug. It's the cheapest drug,
they had a-
Wesley.
Remember when
They had a
Denise
very
Crosby
special
told him about
episode.
drugs and
Yeah,
how
yeah.
great they feel, and Wesley
Yeah.
was like, "Why would you do that?"
'Cause
And
they feel
Denise
great,
was like,
Wesley.
"Because they're great,
You're like,
Wesley.
Wesley.
I'm high right now."
Yeah.
War's been high this whole time you've known him.
Yeah.
He's
For the
like
record,
super
Ricardo,
high driving the ship. They're like, are you
Yeah.
high right now?
He's all, are you? All he hears is, "Are you
Dude,
high right now?
our Uber just like
You're
passed us.
crazy.
It's like, why are we going at warp 0.1?
Why are we going backwards, Wesley?
Well, for the record, Ricardo, I'm glad that we said it at least once on the podcast that we don't have any beef with Wil Wheaton.
No,
we don't.
No, no.
He's a
In
fine
fact,
guy.
Wil Wheaton, we have so much non-beef with him that it would be called vegetarianism. 'Cause there's no beef here,
I mean, his
We're all-
agent
we're all
sent us his
vegans
book,
here.
so
Yeah.
I mean, he clearly doesn't hate us.
No.
So I mean, that's
Wait,
fun.
Really?
Yeah. He sent us a copy of his.
Yeah, we're on his
updated
PR
memoir.
list.
We're on his mailing list, bro.
Yeah.
How come you didn't tell me?
His publicist mailing
Didn't we
list.
tell you,
Yeah,
dude?
we told you. We told you. Yeah.
Dan, we
Off-
told
off
you.
recording.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
you told us not to tell Dan. Sorry, Dan.
That's right. Oh, shit.
Motherfuckers.
Fuck. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
We ruined it.
I feel like Marvin's always lying to us.
Yeah, I know. He's always lying to us.
This whole podcast has been a way for me to just pit everyone
Yeah.
against each other.
He's always saying Koreans invented shit.
Like just now, I'm gaslit super hard.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what
course
to
it's
do.
He hides-
Dan,
he-
don't you
He
remember?
hides all the emails from us.
Yeah. Even the bad ones. Those are the ones you want to read.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, listen, we watched Final Mission, as everyone can tell.
This is where we turn on Marvin this episode. It's like, we know you put in a lot of work in those fucking TikTok videos, but fuck you.
Fuck you, Marvin.
November 19th of 1990 is when this episode aired. Dan, let's go around the sun.
Whoa, back to
Not too
November
fast.
15th, 4 days before the air date of this episode. Wait, no, I'm sorry. Let's start with movies. We got two
Yeah.
sequels on deck.
Oh.
One of them was Rocky V, the fifth one.
The best one.
good one.
Add two and get Adrian's Revenge. I brought up Rocky V in an earlier episode when Sly Stallone plugged it at the Cannes Film Festival to Gene Siskel of all people. And no one liked it because it sucked.
Yeah.
The second sequel in question was Disney's The Rescuers Down Under, which came a whole 13 years after the first Rescuers movie. I didn't know it was that large a gap.
Yeah,
I
and
hadn't
it did
even
not do well. It did really badly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But it is interesting that something from 1977 got a sequel in 1990 because something similar happened with laws about emissions. So there was a 1990 update to the Clean Air Act, last updated in 1977. It was signed into law by then President George H. Dubs, which was a substantial expansion of anti-pollution regulations to be implemented under the eye of the EPA. Since then, several recent studies have been able to show that this set of amendments did a lot of good. Sorry?
EPA.
EPA.
That's
Yes,
it.
EPA. Pollution emissions did go down considerably over the next couple decades. At this point, several studies have been done showing how the benefits have far outweighed the costs of implementing the act. But many of them are kind of funny because they assign monetary value to human lives to illustrate the benefit of not dying to pollution.
That's how corporations measure people. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
well,
So,
what's
like-
better, doing a recall on these cars, or just paying out the lawsuit settlements for their deaths?
Well,
Look
not the
up the
good people,
Pinto,
not the good
everybody.
people that are sponsors. That are our sponsors. Other corporations, yes. Yeah, those bastards at Wiener Schnitzel. You
yeah,
bitch ass fools.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then finally, since this is the final episode to air before a little bit of a hiatus, the next episode
before
won't air
Predator.
until New Year's Eve. 2 days after the air date of the episode, I'm going to tack on two things. Predator 2's wide theatrical release, as
Hell
Ricardo alluded to before, and the launch of the Super Famicom in Japan, which launched with only Super Mario World and F-Zero.
Not
And it wouldn't hit the
important
States
as Predator
until
2.
9
Wait.
months later.
F-Zero was a launch title for this Super Famicom?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Did they launch Predator? over there?
In the States, they only added one more. It was Mario World, F-Zero, and Pilot Wings.
Oh, Pilot Wings. Yes.
Those are the only things available at launch.
Okay.
Guys, who would win in a fight, dude? The Enterprise or Predator?
Predator.
Yeah, well,
Predator, right?
Enterprise.
You mean like the ship, the Enterprise, or the crew of the Enterprise?
The crew of the Enterprise or
Oh, the
Predator?
crew.
yeah,
No,
a Predator.
the crew dies from like rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
The crew dies from exploding control panels.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
If it's like the
Whose
actual
team would
ship.
you want to be on? Do you want to be on Predators?
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Predators always lose, so I don't know if I always want to be
they're
on the
always
Predator.
they're just testing their limits, and then they come back and they
Well, the Predators only lose if you're filming them.
yeah. You don't see
otherwise
the
they always
wins.
win.
Yeah.
Stay off screen.
They're,
Just stay off
they're a
screen.
humble. They're a humble species. They don't like to show you their wins. They like to show you how you could learn
Their
from
challenges and their struggles.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're humble.
Whereas the
people.
Enterprise is constantly like, see, we
See?
barely survived this
we
fake
were
casino
people."
planet.
Yeah.
That
Okay,
episode's dumb.
do you think Predator 2 is as good as Predator 1?
Predator 2 is not as good as Predator 1, but it's better than people think it is, and people just people think they Streisand the whole thing, but I think it's a good sequel.
Streisand the whole thing. What does that mean?
Yeah, like Streisand was good, and then she got into her like 80s years, and then she kind of like phoned it in.
Oh, okay. So it was like a phoned in Predator. They thought.
Yeah. I think it's a well done sequel, and
Okay.
it really spun off into like comic books and stuff. Like the part 2 spawns into comic books, and actually the new one. Have you guys seen the new one on Hulu?
I have not.
I haven't seen Prey yet.
Yeah.
The new one is a direct kind of prequel to part 2. Really, it's between 1 and 2. No,
Right,
sorry,
there's a
not
lot
1
of
and 2.
references to it.
It's before 1 because it's
What's in the past? Yeah, it's
yeah.
It's in the
I
colonial
thought Prey
time.
was a sequel to Eat and the prequel to Love.
Well, yeah.
Eat, pray, love.
Yeah. It's where Julia Roberts' ancestors came from.
Yeah,
Oh, right. That explains the mouth.
yeah.
Yeah.
Prey shows how she turns from Eat, she still looks like Julie Roberts. In Prey, she gets horrifically burned and has to put on the mask. And then by Love,
Eat, pray,
The mouth
love.
is the same size.
Yeah.
When is Live, Laugh, Love coming out?
that's the next trilogy.
Now let's talk a little bit about Star Trek real quick. Since this podcast is about
Really?
Star Trek, which
Not
is
yet.
because we're talking about movies, and I was just thinking. So you guys don't think that Tarantino Star Trek movie will happen?
I don't think so.
Was he
It's feeling
supposed to?
it's feeling less and less likely.
Did I miss that? Was he like marked for that or something?
There
He
was
was, like-
talks. There was heavy
He was like
talks
he was talking about it like 10 years ago.
You know what?
No,
I would
this was
be
recently.
kind of I
This
would
was
be kind of
recently.
curious about that.
It re-emerges every once in a while, but he first talked about it like 10 years ago. He was like, "Oh, I would love to direct a Star Trek movie."
Yeah.
You know, when the first
Is he gonna
09
have
movies
like?
came out.
Is he gonna have like the start Picard like saying racial slurs?
Yeah.
Well,
Every 10
duh.
seconds?
Yeah.
And then you'll have an android going, "Oh, the N-word is an antiquated term that we don't use anymore."
No, he's gonna have Data go straight up.
Data is the one going to be saying the N-word.
Yeah.
I feel like no, Data, stop it.
Oh no,
that's Tarantino's version of it.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Oh, it would definitely happen. And then, Star Trek already has its share of feet scenes, so.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
He would. It would be.
That's why he's interested. That's why he's interested.
Extra foot scenes.
Yeah. He knows there's an open.
He's gonna bring back Teabag. He's gonna bring back the electrolytes. And he's like, the electric has to massage all the feet. It's a feet episode.
The only way we could escape this planet is if we massage Deanna's feet.
These people, they're all feet people. He's like, what do you mean? Like they're barefoot like hobbits? And like, no. They're literally feet people. What do you mean? He's like, their faces, feet. Their hands, feet. Their feet, also feet.
Yes.
He's like, and their genitalia, also feet.
What a dream.
Yeah. And he's like,
that sounds
what are they
hot.
called? Oh, the hand people.
The handies.
Yeah, the handies.
That reminds me how the Foot Clan is a parody of the Hand from Daredevil.
Oh, yes. Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Oh, yes. It's Tarantino's favorite, the Foot Clan.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've met feet people. They're slightly off sometimes.
No, they're not. Every fetish is okay, dude. As long as you have consent, every fetish is okay. Though I hate feet, I condone whatever fetish you like as long as you have consent. Do your thing.
Whatever you're into, it's totally cool.
If Ricardo can tolerate, then anyone can tolerate anything.
I'm just trying to embodying the ideals of Star Trek.
I guess I've noticed that like feet people are very publicly open about being a foot person. Where like I think other kinks, maybe you'll learn about them like in private or in the bedroom, or you share them like whatever.
Well, or is it
with
just
close friends? But like no, like feet people will advertise publicly
That's
to
true.
anybody walking down the street.
Like, hey,
I'm into
because they know there's always another one near enough.
Exactly.
But also,
like, oh yeah, me too.
Those are the ones that advertise it. I mean, there's also the ones that you don't know of that have not advertised it. So, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Are you a foot person?
No, I'm just saying there's people, not every foot person. You've only met foot fetish people who have told you outwardly.
You're very much being like,
Marvin's
I know
like,
a guy.
Marvin's like, I have a friend and he's a nice guy and he likes feet. And I'm just saying,
his name is
really offended.
is Nivram. And
his name is Melvin. And you know,
Mr. Nivram.
Yeah, Melvin.
I would have gone with Barvin.
Barvin.
No, Barvin.
Anyway, that's my foot talk. Thank you for
Well, you know what I'm going to go with? I'm going to go with our sponsor, ExpressVPN, because listen,
wait, was Dan done? Was Dan done? Are we back from the sun?
I think we are.
Yeah.
I think
eons ago.
Yeah.
In fact,
if we're gonna
we aged 32 years.
If we're gonna look up foot fetish stuff online, you're gonna want to do it in incognito mode with an ExpressVPN.
Unless you actually
VPN
are a foot person who wants to publicly make it known.
To announce it, yeah.
Then you'll share it to
VPN
Facebook, turn the VPN off, and maybe also contact the NSA as you do all this stuff to let them know.
Yeah. Go, hey guys, I just want to let you know. And he's like, oh, are you calling in a terrorist threat? Like a tip? He's like, no, I just want to let you guys know that I'm a feet guy. So if you get any other feet pervs, send them.
And there you go. Good to know. Good to know. And they actually jot it down.
They're like, we actually have this whole catalog of.
All right, I got you, bro.
We have an ex-president that's into pissing. People pissing on them.
Thank you for volunteering your information. But if you're one of the quiet feet people, and you don't want people to know, you should use a VPN like ExpressVPN, because not only is it one of the most secure VPNs in the entire world, in many ways, maybe the most secure. I'm just saying that out there because they're one of the only VPNs that's actually been tested by like governments probing them, and nothing's happened. So I don't know. That's a pretty good.
Some people are into that probing.
It's a really good real life test, in my opinion. And works on almost every device you can think of: smartphones, smart TVs. Even if you want to just put it on your router and have your whole house using a VPN at all times.
Raspberry
they have 3,000 Raspberry Pis.
Whatever you got.
Yeah, whatever you got.
I saw a VPN for the Steam Deck. You have a Steam Deck. Boom.
Yes, that's true. It actually goes right on the Steam Deck. It's really neat, actually.
And
you also have 3,000 plus servers in 160 locations spanning 94 countries, actually works with streaming services, and also it's really fast, as the name would suggest. And if you want to get an extra 3 months for free, head on over to expressvpn.com/newbie-Star-Trek, sign up for 12 months. The whole deal will be 49% off. That's a pretty good deal, for a VPN of that
It's a
quality.
weird percentage. That's my only beef with them. Is that
That's always been our
couldn't have they made it
criticism.
50%? Like, why?
That's my
weird
problem.
number. Yeah.
Yeah. They have their secret reasons. Their
I want to
VPN
go,
reasons.
hey, how about you don't kick us back a certain amount of money and you make it 50%? Because I don't like that percentage.
I'd be willing to make it an even
Yeah,
50.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd be willing
Yeah.
to do that.
Go, hey, give us less of a percentage if you just bump it up.
Yeah,
for the people.
make it an
Do it
even
for the
50.
people, Cole Hagen.
And that way, maybe the amount of money you save per month would then be $6.66 a month instead of
Yes,
$6.67. It's
Yeah, man.
possible. But
Hell yeah, dude.
But if you're not satisfied with ExpressVPN for whatever reason, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, and they'll cancel it for whatever reason. You don't even have to really care what reason it is. They'll just do it. So
Hypothetically, let's say you stole some top secret documents and you're going to go to jail, and it's been under 30 days. You can call and cancel it before you.
we do not condone stealing government secrets using ExpressVPN.
But you should use a VPN. When
it's a good addition to your overall internet security and what you do. So again, it's expressvpn.com/newbie-Star-Trek. You can get 3 months for free if you sign up for 12 months. It's a pretty good deal, in my opinion.
Yeah, these dudes are real fucking hipster fuckers that make these micro jerkeries. They got twirly mustaches, really burly beards. They wear those
they hate the Beatles.
Yeah, they wear those aprons that are like leather, but they're like, hey, it's vegan leather, bruh. They listen to a lot of vinyl, a lot of.
They have vegan leather, but they sell beef jerky.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah,
is vegan leather just fruit leather?
Yeah. Vegan
it's like
leather
that coffee shop in Seattle there that's a vegan coffee shop, but their specialty is bacon coffee. Because they're just like, listen, we'll offer it.
Yeah.
So
is that their top selling coffee though?
Probably. I think last I'd heard of it, it was like the thing they were known for. So
that sends mixed signals.
It
Think
does.
about it. Is if anybody goes, hey, we have this normal item, or we have with bacon, you're gonna go with the fucking bacon. Why would you not go with the bacon?
You're not wrong.
Yeah. They're like, hey, I have a
that's true.
Twinkie. You're like, well, that's shit. That tastes like shit. I don't want a Twinkie. But they're like, but it's wrapped in bacon. You're like, well, I'll try that.
Well, that's a novelty. I'd love to try that.
Yeah.
It's like that's basically how fair food works. It's like,
true.
That's a thing, but deep fried, or that's a thing, but wrapped in bacon.
You're like, do you like eating frogs? You're like, no. Why would I do that? But it's deep fried with bacon. All right. I'll give it a whirl.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Well, would you give Denise Crosby a whirl?
Ricardo, could you please tell us what happened in this
pervert today,
episode?
Marvin?
I didn't mean it for it to sound that perverted. It was just like a weird transitional phrase I was using. I'm sorry, Denise Crosby.
Whenever I hear "give him a whirl," I think of Home Alone.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay. So this episode starts off with an awesome prank, dude. A weird prank. Yet again, this is so frustrating. This episode, it's frustrating. It's a 10. It's a 10 for me, but it's frustrating. The captain calls him, and he shows up, and he's flustered. He's like,
Yeah.
It looks honestly, it looks like he was watching. He had his ExpressVPN on. It's watching nude porn.
Watching some
and
feet.
He's like, sorry, I'm late. And he's like, you're fucking 10 minutes late, you piece of shit, Wesley. And he's like, I'm sorry. He's like, stop arguing with me. And he's like, no. I'd tell you, I'm doing this experiment, blah, blah, blah. And the first thing I'm thinking about is like, more experiments, dude. More people. How many people have died? And Picard has covered it up, dude, for this guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know he's killed more
son.
people. I know. He's a son and he's a serial killer and he's covered it up for years, dude. Don't like it, dude.
Well, it feels like very why does he keep doing experiments with volatile things?
Yeah, maybe that shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not for the privileged kid on board. You think of all the people.
That's true.
Think of all the scientists that were like, dude,
It's probably not allowed.
My grant. I've been trying to get my experiment like greenlit by like the crew, and this asshole just goes in there and he grabs plutonium and fucking and
like dark matter.
Yeah.
He grabs literally dark
matter.
matter to like do
and
stuff.
he puts it in his room, and he's doing experiments in his room.
Like other scientists would build like an entire secure facility on a remote planet to do it, and Wesley's just doing it in his room.
They're like, I had to do like literally an application that took me 3 days to fill out. And this guy just walks in there and just steals fucking plutonium, dude, from some Iranians.
He doesn't even sign them out properly.
Libyans.
Sorry. Sorry to the people that were on. I apologize. So he's like, I'm sorry. And he's arguing with Picard. And then at the end, it's like, psych, dude. Congratulations, dude. And everyone's excited. It feels like everyone's like, finally, this guy's fucking gone. Now we
got so close that one time.
So
also,
was he just waiting for a spot like to open
up? No.
That,
so
like,
because he turned it down. He didn't turn it down. He failed initially.
Yeah, the first time.
Yeah, he failed.
And then he was late the second time.
Yeah.
Remember they were trying to leave. Yeah,
the Nebuchadnezzar or the Santa Maria.
He missed it entirely.
The Santa Maria, yes, that's right.
But and this is just Picard like going out of his way to just give him a spot. Basically, he gets him a spot to Harvard or a similar like Ivy League school just to be like.
This is
that's fucked
he basically said this is what happened.
Well, it's not like there are like prestigious more or like it's not like Starfleet Academy.
That's the only one. It's like going to West Point.
There's only one.
Yeah.
It's probably this is what happened. He's like, look, this guy's a rower, the best in this side of the fucking galaxy.
Seen his arms?
Yeah, I've seen his arms fucking yoked to shit.
Like
see how broad his shoulders are?
Yeah, I've seen Army Hammer. This guy's Army Hammer's got nothing on this guy, and he's on a cannibal. But this guy's a fucking rower, and if you give him a fucking what is it called? A free ride, he'll go to your school. And he's like, but there's only one school. And they're like, yeah, but he's the best. They want you to know that he deserves privilege because he's white and he's a young man. And they're like, fine, we'll take
the bright future ahead of him.
Yeah, bright future. Boys will be boys, type of shit.
Boys will be boys. Try to kill everybody.
Yeah, he's gonna kill.
No big deal.
Don't let him near plutonium because he's gonna try to fucking kill everybody or
let him.
Everybody.
He's gonna get his hands on that plutonium one way or another because
send him to a school in a planet where you don't mind if you lose it.
You don't mind if this school explodes.
Yeah. So they're like, hey, the admiral you're gonna report to that dude, and the class opened up and you're in, dude. And he's like, he's got a big old grin, and he's like, hell yeah, dude. You think the crew is like finally glad he's gone because they're like, dude, we've been holding back all these adult jokes that we can't tell on the bridge because we got this fucking
I think the top level crew, like the main crew, like Picard and Riker and Data and Worf, they're all like, oh well, sad to see him go. That sucks. But I bet you all the like low level ensigns. Yeah. The lower deck people.
Oh, yeah, like,
dude. Finally, this fucker.
We've already talked extensively about how much they must hate Wesley's guts.
Dude.
I'd be happy to not work with like a teenager anymore.
Like, I bet people in engineering are probably like, thank God he's not going to be in our way anymore. Like, he's always here, just touching everything.
There's like a group of like 5 to 6 ensign that are like ensigns or ensign. Is it a one? Is it like Lego?
And Synopodies.
Ensenadas.
Yes.
A couple you get like 5 or 6 Ensenadas that are like, dude, I'm glad we didn't kill him, dude. We would have gone to fucking jail. Remember we were planning it for like a year?
We were about to pull the trigger tomorrow.
He's like, I stopped you like 3 times. And I said, this plan's not going to work. They're going to find out. Too much DNA.
It's the future. DNA's everywhere. We can find it anywhere.
They're like fucking Data will put on his fucking Sherlock Holmes hat and he'll figure it out, dude.
They had to settle for pillowcases full of soap.
Yeah, dude. Or
pillowcases full of black matter.
Soda can. Yeah. They put some of that whiskey from those Irish people and just fucking go to town. But anyway, they're like, hey, you're going. And then there's 2 things happening. So one, Picard's like brokering a deal with like these hillbillies, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with this. Yeah.
Just some sort of dispute that he's supposed to like help like whatever.
He's been brought into union bust.
They do look a little like Hills Have Eyes, like
yeah, they do.
Like backwoods.
Oh, this dude's gonna eat them. This dude's definitely gonna be like gonna eat them.
He looked like he's gonna turn really crazy.
Sketchy.
Yeah,
it got really sketchy towards the middle of the episode.
He's like, we need this whiskey so we can drown our shame from eating humans. And so he's dealing with the negotiations with the hillbillies, and then the other crew is dealing with this goddamn fucking trash truck run amok.
yeah. That's literally what's going on. Yeah,
it's like a trash truck full of radiation that someone would just like, fuck it, dude. The brakes went out. I'm out. And he just jettisoned out. Yeah. And he just let it go.
Fuck it, not my problem. Not what is it?
Yeah.
Not my chair, not my problem. Whatever.
Yeah.
Not my radiation, not my problem.
Yeah.
Forgot what that video.
Not my chair, not my prop. There's a fucking kid dancing in the corner. And so this dude, this is probably a dude, because anything horrible like this goes wrong. It's a dude who's fucking useless. And he didn't have the know-how to be like, well, I'm gonna stop it, because in space it'll just keep going.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop it and then get out, and it'll be parked here. Someone can maybe just like crash into it, but it won't go into anywhere. But no, he just was like, fuck it. And he fucking ghost right. I wonder if he was ghost right in the whip. He was ghost right in the whip, and then he's like, oh, I can't get back in. And he died.
Oh no, I left the radiation open.
The hood.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Flies off in a spade.
Yeah. And so this guy, this piece of shit, let the fucking trash truck go, and it's all filled with like uranium and all this shit, and it's affecting this planet of fucking. These people look like
they
like
look especially ugly. Yeah,
they look like they have huge vagina faces, kind of thing.
Yes, if vaginas had pieces of skin that cover their mouths and prevent anything from going in, like,
yes.
It's got this weird thing on them. Like,
yeah.
I don't know how they've survived as a species.
I think you could slip some French fries through there.
Yeah.
Don't vagina shame.
They can only eat like long food.
This is a vagina non-shaming.
Look, there's vaginas of different
it's
sizes,
a perfectly
and
serviceable
shapes.
orifice.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah.
God, no judgment, please.
What are you, Wesley?
No. You feel like yeah, dude. You're like, oh, she looks like a wolf. Fuck this.
She looks like she like that. What's wrong with her mouth?
What's wrong?
This is my Wesley voice.
Yeah. So they go meet this guy, and his name's like Tim or Captain Tim or something.
Captain
this
Tim.
guy's
He does
got
look like a
crazy.
Tim.
Right?
Yeah,
He's got crazy eyebrows, crazy brows.
I would not get anywhere near this
I would
guy.
not get on this fucking shuttle.
No.
The Enterprise, this is the part Sarah and I were racking our brains over.
So confused.
We were like, why take the shuttle? The Enterprise has their own shuttles.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
They could have been like, we'll meet you there. We'll meet you there. Don't worry.
Yeah, you didn't have to set. Oh, you already came? Well, go back in your own ship. We're going to take our own ship. We'll follow you.
Yeah.
We'll follow you.
Yeah. Like, this doesn't make any fucking sense.
But Geordi also says he claims to have run a safety check on this thing. So this episode is Geordi's fault.
Geordi did
Geordi is
fuck up.
blind.
Yeah.
Why do we trust this guy?
Why are we trusting him with the safety checks?
Yeah.
Geordi's
like,
actually
everything
never been
checks
able to
out,
see any
Captain.
of what's going on.
I checked everything, and there's no fucking emergency food, water, blankets, anything. I don't know what the fuck. There's nothing. So
Well, this engine's a little out of spec, but it should be fine. It blows up in literally 30 seconds after takeoff.
Jordy's like,
you know
the
what?
Steve
No
Buscemi character
emergency
in
food
Mr.
or
Deeds.
water. That's big.
Yeah.
Jordy's
would not
like
pass the FAA flight check. It would not.
He's Jordy's like the character, the Steve Buscemi character, in Mr. Deeds.
oh my god,
He's waving his hand at me like a wizard. He's like, maybe he's just saying hi to me. And so they go with Tim, the Hills Have Eyes guy, and then the other team goes to investigate this trash truck run amok. It's kind of like this is exactly like that movie with it's a Tony Scott movie with Denzel and Chris Pine. There's a runaway train, and it's got like
Speed?
not Speed. It feels like Speed
3.
Unstoppable, dude.
Oh, okay. That's a good name for that type of movie. Unstoppable.
Yeah, sure.
It's a train run that's like they can't stop. Anyway, so they split up, and he's like, you know what? It's your last mission, Wesley. You go with me, dude. You're my number one guy. You're privileged. I'm sure other interns would love to do this, but
you get to come. Yeah.
You get to come because I betrayed your dad and I fucked your mom. So they go with Tim, and immediately Tim's like, oh, I'm the captain of the ship. And they're like, you're the captain of this fucking ship, dude? Immediately I'd been like, I'm out, dude. I'm out.
Yeah, you're too big for your own britches.
Yeah. Also, you find out that he has booze in his fucking coat.
Yeah, so he's been drinking the whole time. Yeah,
it comes
dude.
later, but yeah, he sucks. This guy sucks.
I think he was drunk the entire time.
Yeah, I think
I
so
agree.
too.
Yeah.
I think that's the assumption.
This is my theory, is that he was fine when he was drunk, but he couldn't drink in front of them, so he sobered up, and then he can't function when he's not drunk. You know?
Why would he feel it necessary to conceal his drunkenness at the beginning?
Because
It's frowned upon. It's frowned upon.
Because he can't work.
and he's like kind of like self-conscious in front of the hoity-toity Enterprise people. He's like, I can't let them see me drinking. Then,
So they crash. This has really good production value. They crash.
Well, they actually used a location.
Yeah, they're at an originally it was going to be an ice planet, and then I think it was actually Rick Berman that stepped in and was like, "Yeah, there's no way we can make an ice planet look realistic." So unless we
we're in SoCal next to a desert, let's go there.
yeah, we should just convert it to a desert landscape, which works just fine. So it was almost pretty good.
Yeah, Marvin and I, we converted the Celsius to Fahrenheit for the heat.
It was 133 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit on that planet. It's
like a weekend in LA.
Exactly. That's not so far off.
Yeah. We're getting there. We're there. Some can argue. Yeah. And our planet is decreasingly class M as time goes on. We will not be a class M planet for that long.
We're gonna graduate to a class N quite soon
because this planet was on the edge of being a class M. That means we're gonna fall out of that very soon.
That's why I keep saying aliens will not visit us because they're very stupid. They're very stupid.
Aliens like
they're gonna wait for us to die out, and then they're gonna come and get the sweet.
Not even. They even
grab all our Steam decks after we're dead.
Even they're
quit flexing your Steam deck.
Yeah. Like all we want to know is where the fuck they were going with this whole fucking Snyder cut. That's all. It doesn't make sense.
Actually released
all the aliens care about.
Let's go watch it, and they watch it, and they're like, "Huh,
it's not worth it, dude.
It is like kind of better, but was it really worth all this trouble?
Yeah,
for a movie that's still not good.
And what about the aspect ratio? That makes no fucking sense.
Why does everyone have so much headroom?
Yeah. So anyway, in this universe, there's no Snyder cut, thank God. And they land in the desert, and immediately they don't know what's going on. Well, Tim doesn't. He's like, "Oh fuck, dude, I fucked it up."
Yeah.
Dude. And
he's not sorry at all.
No.
Yeah,
I would be like
completely irredeemable.
Yeah.
He's just a big fucking jerk, and he deserves to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope he dies, and I hope he burns in hell.
I kept thinking that earlier.
Yeah. Well, I think it all the time.
Yeah, constantly.
When I read about politics, and so this guy, I'm gonna just quickly get the B storyline out of the way because
this is the type of B storyline where it honestly feels like busy work.
But like it's fine. I'm okay with it. because they didn't go like, oh, and then happily ever after. There was a button to it, like, oh, and then like they almost died, and then they fixed the converter, and then they fucking pulled them.
Right. But it was just like it's almost like you can feel the writers writing this in as a distraction to prevent them from saving them in time. Like, like it's that type of B storyline. But
I thought, or as I watched the episode, I thought I didn't really see that many shots of asteroids or the belt that they kept mentioning.
You only saw it
at the end.
Yeah.
At the very end when they finally clear it, right? And it's like, where's the fucking asteroid belt? What's so hard about just aim the fucking thing at the sun? It's fine.
It's so easy, Dan, why don't you do it?
I'll do it. I'll do it 9 times.
Yeah.
The controls.
Just fucking do it, Dan.
Well, the thing I was thinking,
I wasn't there.
Maybe Dan and I are only thinking about this because we played Outer Wilds and like we travel around fake planets.
You have a lot of experience.
But
I do have a lot of space.
I mean, he's flown.
I never got good at it, but I got a lot of time.
Space is 3 dimensions. A belt is a belt. It's like on a 2D plane around the sun. Just go over it.
You could fly over it. You can.
Why not just go over it? I don't know why that was such a huge deal.
Problem solved. Damn.
Yeah.
It was just to give him something to do. I think the technical storytelling of this episode's really, really weird. And like something that the writer himself, there's the writer. I remember reading about it.
Tim something.
It's 2 people. It's just 2. I think someone named Casey Arnold Ince. I don't know how to say that. And Jerry Taylor.
Insen is pronounced.
And I think they were saying that it was like a difficult story to write because you have a very intimate story to tell with Wesley and Picard. And then they had to do a bunch of technical stuff. So it's like they're flexing 2 completely different muscles they didn't know how to reconcile.
Like quote unquote technical.
So I don't know, maybe
technical in what way? Like what do they mean?
Like you had like a technical plot of, we have to like get this nuclear barge past this asteroid belt, and we need to find reasons why there's complications.
I mean, they wrote it that way. I mean, they could have just wrote something else.
That's what I'm saying. But
like, why did you write it that way then? That's on you, bro.
It's your fault for.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
And
sounds like a you problem.
It's so easy. This is how easy it ends. They pull the planet from the people that were dying of the radiation. By the way, a small little ship with little radiation was killing the whole planet.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
That's the thing. Like, technically, that makes no sense. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, there's so many like parts of it where you're like, how could one little ship cause that much radiation? How could it send that much radiation that far? But the Enterprise can be right next to it. Even with the shields up, wouldn't it still be incredibly like? It doesn't make a lot of it makes no sense. But
I mean, also like towards the climax of that plot line, the computer keeps reading out like 10 seconds until you're all fucking dead, and no one like is reacting or feeling anything.
Yeah, no one's going like, oh, I don't feel great. Oh,
yeah, no one's feeling like sick or nauseous or anything that you could.
No one coughing. No one was coughing.
You could do something to illustrate the danger, but they don't.
Yeah, no one's like suffering. It's like once the countdown ends, everyone explodes. Like that's what's supposed to be happening or something. It's like there's no logic to any of it. Like remember when
they all lost air? Like the air got sucked out of the ship?
And they were all like suffocating. Or that episode where the life support was slowly turning off, so it got colder and colder. And throughout the episode, you saw people suffering. Like why wasn't any of that happening? I don't understand. It's very odd to me.
Because it wasn't important. That's why.
Yeah, it was just a way to add a time element to it. Like they have to do this before the other thing. But.
Yeah, and also it was a delaying them to get to.
Yeah, it was a delay element. Yeah,
exactly. And so they had to like. Why is there a reason they're not searching for them right away?
Yeah, they just made something up essentially.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So at the end, they get past your asteroid belt with like 5 seconds to spare, and then they leave and they're fine. No one has any permanent damage.
Yeah, somehow.
It's bullshit. So they're stranded in the desert, and they have guns, laser guns. What are they called? Phasers?
Old phasers. I like that detail because they said the ship is like 100 years old, and those phasers would have been from 100 years ago. They're the old original series phasers. That's why they look like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right.
They're old.
Is it like circa the search for Spock?
Yeah, like that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're like, all we have are these 6-shooters.
Essentially,
they really put Picard and Will on this like fucking shitty ship that's old and has nothing. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah, let's
put
our captain on this really shitty shuttle instead of just sending him
with
on one of our
100-year-old weapons. No backup of anything.
We're not checking for any food or water rations.
Nobody's really checking where they're at.
No one even gave Will a packed lunch to go. Like,
no one.
Beverly didn't give her.
His mom didn't give him any lunch, any snacks.
Yeah. Well, she's glad he's leaving.
Oh, that's another thing. Beverly was so cold in this episode.
Yeah. She was just like, I know she's like canonically, it's because she's like maintaining a professional-ism and just trying to get through it.
She's trying to be like, I'm just trying to do my job, like.
Yeah, but it comes off more as like, she's like, well, I just don't want to think about it. Kind of thing.
Even at the very end,
she wasn't being professional when she was trying to fuck Picard before they died.
That's true.
That's true.
But even at the very end, when Will wakes up and it's like, "Oh, Mom, I'm so glad to see you," all she says back is, "You're okay."
Yeah. No, I love you. Oh my god.
Not even a hug.
Okay, but you know what? But like, I guess maybe you guys can. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Why did they choose not to have Beverly express any emotions? Like, I get it's being professional, but I think it's okay if it's your mother and your son is missing and possibly dead.
It's like a trend in the show itself.
You could show some emotion. I think that would be okay.
But I think that's a trend in the show itself where people of the crew tend to have a colder response to things than you would expect. And I think that's just sort of how the tone, the emotional tone of the show is. Like, like when they thought Data died, everyone was kind of just
everyone was kind of like, oh, well.
Well, it really is sad that he's dead, but we have to
let's go through his things.
Yeah, distribute his personal effects, and then Worf, you're number 2 now.
But that's her child, though. It's not a coworker. I feel like it.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's just how they've always done it. I'm not sure why. I'm not if it's because that's the tone that was mandated.
Like, I think you should be allowed to have a tough day and show that.
No.
You know,
No, not Beverly. She hates her kid.
That or she doesn't. Or she doesn't love her kid. Either way. So.
I mean, we have more evidence to support that theory. Honestly,
that's true.
Yeah. It's
and I agree with Dan. Why, when she saw Will, like, why was it just she was just staring at him? I'm like, not a hug, not an I love you, not. Oh
okay,
my
you
God,
know what?
I'm
I did go back to look at the scene. I just went back to look at the scene, and I must modify my statement. She does actually hug him and say, "Thank God." But then when Wesley tells her after that, like, "Oh, I'm so glad to see you," that's when she says, "You're okay."
Yeah, so, I guess I expected more. You know what I mean? Like, it's very muted, her reaction.
It's also possible she didn't want to like overwhelm him. Maybe she was like trying to be like, okay, you could be hurt,
I think he was like, "I'm so happy to see you." Like,
yeah, oh my God, that's license to show some emotion.
I feel like you can match.
I don't know. I'm just trying to justify it somehow.
Stop trying to justify her cold ass like mom behavior.
Well, it's just, you know, it's funny because we joke, but then there's just a lot of evidence, you know?
Yeah. That keeps like coming back to me. It's like, yeah, we make these jokes, but it keeps getting supported. Yeah, I don't know what to think anymore.
The grain of truth grows larger.
Be like his mom. Like, he doesn't have a dad that we are aware of, supposedly. Yeah. But like, that's your child. You know what I mean? Like, shouldn't you be?
Can I say something?
A little bit more?
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I think you're looking at it through white eyes. I think you're not looking at it through like immigrant parent who's like, I told you, you shouldn't have fucking left.
I 100% agree because Beverly reminds, my mom is like Beverly, very cold. She's also in the medical profession. And this is very similar. Okay, so maybe I'm projecting a little bit of what I wanted.
It's possible, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Because I definitely have this relationship where like my mom's a medical professional.
Your mom has said some stuff where I was like, wow, okay.
She's very, 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 she's very icy towards anything and everything.
Well, I remember one time she was like, we were packing for a trip and she's like, someone over there at this place is older. Make sure to pack some black clothes in case we need to go to a funeral.
No, she's the type of person that if she goes on a trip somewhere, she will always pack a black outfit in case she needs to attend a funeral at any given point. So that's how she works.
That's practical.
She's very practical. Yes,
I don't know if that's cold so much. It is morbid.
Yeah, my mom.
Morbid
but
is the right
that
word.
Is that. Yeah. So maybe this is a projection on my end of wanting more.
yeah.
Some emotion. From the mom. It's like, hey, mom. Hey, do you love me? Are we good?
Star Trek now.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. It got deep really fast. I'm sorry.
You did like 10 minutes on Wesley's mom. You're like, no, but she's cold. Like, no,
okay, and now I'm crying. Now I'm crying. I just wanted more love.
Not from Beverly.
It's fine.
Yeah. So they're lost, and they like, we're gonna walk to these things, and basically Tim's like, you guys walk over there. You guys are not gonna make it, dude. You guys are weaklings. He basically constantly is saying like how like Luke Picard is a weak.
He's a constant pooper. Yeah.
He's just a naysayer.
He's like, the French.
The French have never walked that far before.
And then they walk really far. They have no water.
Yeah.
You have nothing.
The funny part is they said, Jean-Luc says, we're going to make this arrow so we can tell a search party where we've traveled. And then they cut to the wide shot and they're not following the arrow.
Yeah.
I got so mad.
They're immediately not following the arrow.
Oh my!
Is that some kind of mistake? Because it's so blatantly obvious that they're not following the direction of the arrow.
It has to be a mistake, and they were just like, we can only do this crane shot once.
Yeah,
maybe.
That was highly annoying.
That bothered me.
It was
like, so much.
They're so off. It was so off.
I thought for a minute I was like, maybe they're tricking the Jawas. Like, we went this way. No, we went this way. Psych.
Teeny.
Yeah. So they get to this hill, these mountains, and they go inside for shelter, and everybody's all sweaty and dirty from the desert. And Tim Blake Nelson is like, he drops his bottle of booze, and they're like, "Oh, you had this all along?" And he's like, "It's booze."
It looks like water, though. Yeah,
it was water. I would have shared with you.
Yeah. And he's like, "Give me it back to me. I need it. It's my medicine." And they're like, no, we'll need it later to use for other things. Like, and they never used it. I thought Wesley was going to use it to disinfect the cut on Luke Picard's.
That would have been a
did.
good use of it. Yeah.
I mean, he did.
Yeah, that's what they did. Yeah. Then they poured it on a
I must have
cloth, and
missed
then they
it.
did
I
it.
mean, that really wasn't going to do anything. That wasn't Picard's problem.
No.
You know?
What he should have done is been like, close your eyes, and then he should have taken a swig and then spit it on him for dramatic effect, you know?
Yeah.
And so
Triple H spray his face.
they find this I know. They find this stupid energy field that leads them there to the mountain.
Yeah.
And basically there's this force field that's protecting the water fountain.
I hate this
I did
storyline.
like this.
I don't like this at all. I don't like this at all.
This is what I like about it. Like you can't hear the water until the very end when the force field goes down, and then you could hear the water. That was
That is a good detail. That is a
Yeah.
good production detail. Yeah, I like that.
So every time they shoot it, there's this ghost that comes in, and he's like,
Yeah, what the fuck was
attacks
that?
It is a ghost.
It's like
It's
a ghost or
literally,
like
yeah.
a spirit or something.
Have you guys seen a movie called Solar Babies?
No.
It's an 80s movie with Jamie Gertz and Jason Patrick. Who else is in it? A bunch of people that you would recognize from the 80s, and they have this orb that's an alien, and they're looking for water because water's scarce. It very much replicates
Wow.
this. Actually, Solar
Sounds just
Babies
like
came out
that.
before this.
Mhm.
So anyway, I thought it gave me like really like hardcore Solar Baby vibes.
And you like Solar Babies?
I don't like it because they're roller skating. Oh, this world is post-apocalyptic, but they rollerblade everywhere, which is weird. They live in
I don't
like
like
a
it because they're rollerblade.
roller skating or rollerblading. I can't remember which one it is, but it's a futuristic like sand world. But there's rollerblading,
How do
and
they
I'm like,
rollerblade?
I know
On
because I'm like
sand?
On sand.
I'm like, so the sand would get on the road and the rocks would. It doesn't make any sense, but that's how they travel. And the bad guys also
That's kind
travel
of amazing.
like that.
Wow.
You guys should watch it. We should watch it for the film podcast. And so now I gotta watch Solar Babies, dude. And so they're looking for water, and this little ghost thing is like, woo, 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 woo. And every time they shoot the force field, it goes and gets them. And Tim, classic fucking Hills Have Ice people, he shoots it. And he's like, we gotta shoot it harder for it to and he doesn't, and he gets killed by the goddamn ghost, dude.
Well, the first time they shoot it, it gets Picard killed.
Sorry,
or
it
not
gets
killed,
Picard.
like hurt.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
He
it looks like he's dead.
He does. He protects
Yeah, during
Wesley.
the episode, Marvin's like, try to fake me out. Marvin goes, and Picard's dead. And I was like, what? And
I
he's
kept
like,
saying
yeah,
in the beginning,
he's
it's called
dead.
Final Mission for a reason.
You're like, it's final mission for a reason. Picard's dead, Sarah. Look at him. He's dead. And I was like, what?
Look at
That's
him.
crazy.
Look at him.
Look
You think a man can
Sarah, look how
survive that,
dead
Sarah?
he is. He keeps
Think a man
talking.
can survive
So
that?
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at him.
So the first time Picard gets injured with the rocks from Thunder Mountain, and then the second time it kills Tim. It like puts him in a spider web and it suffocates.
Like
Yeah,
a
it's like a
little-
weird ghost that
little
spider
nest.
webs. Yeah,
It jizzes out like plastic or something.
yeah.
And
Hold
so it
on to
kills
those
Tim.
hats and glasses, because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is.
That's what it says as it kills you.
Yeah. and so they can't get the water, and Wesley keeps telling fucking Tim like, dude, let me just get the frequency of the goddamn ghost. I'll trap the ghost, dude, with my ghost power.
I'll trap the soul baby.
Yeah, the solar baby. And then I'll get the water. And then throughout this time he's got like Wil Wheaton's got two interactions with Picard, and he's like, the first one is like, oh, this whole time I was doing it because I wanted you to be proud of me. I love you, Papa. And then the second time, it's Picard who's like, I was always there. One of the times that there was only one set of footprints, I was carrying you because I love you, son. and they're like, oh man, it gets you right in the heart. Didn't really. But I knew where this was going. Yeah. And finally, it looks like Picard's gonna die, dude. He's like, oh, my lips are parched, dude. You don't have some fucking.
He's starting to forget why they're even there. He's
He's
have
getting
any comics?
dementia
Yeah,
or
he's
memory
like,
loss.
he's like, you have any Bondo? It's what plants crave, my man. And so all he
Nobody
wants is a
has
little
any
sip.
Burt's Bees.
Yeah. His lips are all chapped and shit.
Can I have Earl Grey tea, please?
Yeah.
Hot.
And they're like, what happened to Tim? And he's like, Tim's fucking dead, dude. He died. He got jizzed on by the ghost.
He got
Tim was
turned
jizzed
into a
to death.
statue.
Yeah.
And the cut they do, he's just like wide-eyed and like he looks like mummified in there, like this little nest thing.
He's big dead. Yeah.
I honestly thought that it was a test. You know how he got tested the first time, like early on in the season, in the first season, like Wesley, like they
this
killed
whole
the guy.
thing is a fucking
like a
crazy
Star Academy test.
Yeah. I thought it was a crazy test again. And I was like, I don't believe them anymore because like it's always.
I mean, there's no evidence even till now. Maybe it could have been.
It could have been an old prank.
A big
so let's see how this guy reacts. Yeah.
Welcome to Starfleet. After
the Ashton Kutcher
like,
comes
I'm almost
out.
dying. Yeah.
It's like you just got punked.
Oh my god! The guy breaks out of the crystal nest thing.
Yeah, he's like, nah, the jizz is not real jizz. And so they are trying to get and then the Tim guy, his name's like Dirtbag or Dirtbag Durko or something.
Gerda? What was his name?
Durgo?
Durgo. Yeah.
Darko.
Yeah.
No, Durko.
And he's a character actor you've seen in a bunch of stuff. And so
Hills of Eyes.
I know, Hills of Eyes probably. And so they he tells this guy, you're gonna get jizzed on by the ghost, but he does it, gets killed. And then Wesley finally is like, well, the car's gonna die, I gotta get some water. And he figures out how to trap the ghosts with the ecto thing. And he traps him. He's like, boop. He puts a little trap, and it's like, why didn't you do this sooner? Like, you're so smart, you fucking idiot. And catches a ghost, and he gets water. And instead of like being like, oh, I'm gonna pour this booze out and put water in this clean canteen, he puts it in a fucking like a shoebox.
Yeah.
Like the bag thing.
It's confounding.
I mean, it'll hold a lot, I guess.
I guess so, but it's dirty. Like everyone's been touching it, and like
and how are they going to travel with it in the time they have to?
Yeah,
They can't just hold the box sideways.
And also that means he has to give the card water through like his hand. That's just gross.
That's just gross.
Yeah.
You don't want to drink water from someone's hand, like a.
I don't want.
Like a bird
I don't want hand dripped water. No.
And
I don't need fresh squeezed water in my face.
And he wakes up, and then there's that scene that means so much to Sarah, where what's her name, Beverly shows up, and she's like, you're alive, you son of a bitch, I knew it. And she's like, bring a stretcher for him, and he's like, no, I'll walk out because I'm a fucking hero. And then the Foo Fighters are playing in the background, and it was his farewell, and he's like, Wesley, come here. And I thought this was a part where he's like, "I'm your father." I seriously thought this was gonna happen. That
why then though, and not when they're like alone together.
Yeah, I was like that.
That's when I thought it would happen.
That Force Ghost, I made that. That's a fake. That's a deep fake. It's me. I'm the Force Ghost. And no, it didn't happen. He's like, hold my hand, Wesley. Hold my hand, my son. And they walk out, and all's well that ends well. This is a 10 because this is a farewell to Wesley, and I'm happy. I'm happy. It was so exciting to get to this point. And at the end, I thought
now we're here.
If we get to the end and he misses the goddamn Santa Maria again, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed.
Because of this mission.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that closing shot, like he's just like holding his hand very awkwardly, like crossed over his chest.
It looks really, really uncomfortable. Yeah. The way that
like
it's hard to keep pace with a
comfortable
stretcher to hold their hand constantly.
Yeah.
Because it's like cross body holding.
And it's like cross bodied. Like, like why wasn't it the hand closest to him? I don't know, but
it's
could have put the broken arm on the other side, I guess, but whatever. It was strange, but do you think people knew? Like, I guess, did people know that this was Wil Wheaton's last episode at the time of this airing?
Yeah, they did.
Like, would this ending have brought tears to my eyes?
They put it in the TV guide, and the TV guide is like,
and by this time, because of Best of Both Worlds, TNG was very much like everyone knew about it, everyone knew what's going on with it, sort of thing.
Okay, and I guess that's when everybody didn't they all say? Am I imagining this when everyone was like, Maybe I dreamed it where everyone was like, you have a montage of everyone saying, bye, Wesley. Bye, Wesley.
No, that did not happen.
That didn't happen. Sarah, these are all things you want. These are all things you want from characters.
Did you imagine the end, like episode 26 of Evangelion happening?
I'm like, not even kidding. Like,
watch Evangelion.
I have like this idea in my head of like, so that this happened in an alternate universe of some kind.
Goodbye, pal.
You know, like we see like, okay, bye, Wes.
That reminds me of...
They give him a farewell
Everyone's
sweater.
waving.
He puts it on.
We
That
see
reminds
some
me
like
of-
behind the scenes crew stuff, and they're just like,
Yeah. It reminds me of Shigeru Miyamoto's proposed ending for the GoldenEye 64 video game, because he didn't like the idea of James Bond killing so many people. So his proposed ending was that at the end, it would be revealed that it's all a movie, and James Bond in first person would go around and shake the hand of every actor he shot in the movie.
oh my god.
I mean, I don't hate that premise. I just don't like the first person part of it.
Yeah.
It's like if they just show like a bunch of like crew photos or like hanging out at like an after party, that'd be cool. I'd be down with that.
He's hanging out with, what's his name at the end? Sean Bean at the end, just hanging out with them at the end, and they're just doing stuff.
And then Odd Job's like, you just see his hat on the bottom of every screen. Shooting your knees.
I guess that didn't happen. I guess I imagined it.
No,
I guess
that's a total fabrication. No.
Wow.
That's you're crazy.
It never happened.
You know what? In the
Wait,
timeline
we
and
need
universe I'm
Jonathan
from,
Frakes.
it happened.
Where's Jonathan Frakes to tell us that this never happened?
That never happened.
That was a fabrication.
It was a total lie.
Not this time.
7 out of 10 for me, to be honest, because I think the emotion of it makes sense, but everything else around it is kind of frustrating to me.
Well, my issue with it is that I don't feel like Picard and Wesley did really earn this strong a bond.
No, that's the other thing, is that, it feels like it's out of nowhere a little bit.
Yeah, and like Wesley like kind of tellingly only has one other point he can point to, or like other like
they only had one other bonding moment, and it wasn't that strong a moment.
Remember that time like 2 years ago we were in the shuttle together, and I told you I got bitches in all the quadrants.
And I thought you were boring. Yeah,
and you just mildly opened up to me like a little bit,
and you tried to offer me a sandwich. That was the best day of my life, Captain.
And then, he decided to, and basically Wesley was only there to make sure he'll get to his surgery appointment. It wasn't like a bonding experience, really. It was more of a
surgery appointment that like he didn't even need to go down there for, because Pulaski had to do it anyway.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's definitely the emotion is that Picard is Gene Roddenberry telling it to Wil Wheaton, essentially.
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah, that's sort of the thing. And to be fair, like Gene Roddenberry did like Wil Wheaton and treated him a lot better. Like Wil Wheaton has been on record as saying a bunch of times that like when Gene Roddenberry was in charge, for all the fuck ups he did with the show, he did treat Wil Wheaton really well, and he felt like he was included and could do what he wanted to do. And then once the other producers took over, even though the show overall got better, Will himself felt like he was kind of, getting fucked over a bit and not treated well and stuff like that.
On the other hand, imagine how fucked up it would have been if Gene Roddenberry treated his own self-insert poorly.
Well, then that means something. Then he hates himself or something, So, but yeah, that's why it's a 7 out of 10 for me. But I don't know. What do you guys think?
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm right there with you. But I got two things that I wanted to like bring up.
Mm-hmm,
One. They say that the miners down below were able to search 2 entire planets for Picard and Wesley, and they came up with nothing. So great, we can cancel those out. Just focus on the moons now. Don't worry, the miners took care of 2 planets worth of searching.
Yeah, we definitely trust these miners to be good at searching.
They're not even of age.
Yeah, that's true.
Why did that catch me off guard? I always make that joke. And number 2, Picard just steals the show, or like steals the scenes from Wesley
Yeah.
when he's like,
Wil Wheaton just can't keep up. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, when that moment comes when Picard like actually like kind of gets a little emotional, it's like you're still at the beginning of your journey. It's like, oh man,
Yes,
I feel
that's
way more for
really
Picard
good.
here.
Yeah.
I feel way more for Picard here than I feel for Wesley.
But like Patrick
Yeah.
Stewart
That
was
was
really
emotional.
giving
but
it all
Patrick
in
Stewart.
that scene.
that was
I'm
good.
sorry, Sir Patrick Stewart is
Yes.
a fucking professional.
Yeah.
Like he's
That he
top
is,
of the
that he is.
game.
Yeah.
Um,
Wil Wheaton, much like
I don't
his-
want to be
his-
put
yeah.
up against Sir Patrick Stewart in a scene.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
He's
Like-
gonna outact me.
But he also like, but he, but he's also the type of actor who like tries to elevate the scene with you. Like he's not like trying to leave you behind. It's just
Yeah, but he's the
difficult.
star.
Yeah,
He's the star,
yeah. It's
you know?
it's just difficult, and it's
Fucking
TV
Sir
acting,
Patrick
so they don't
Stewart.
have time to like really work on the scene together. It's probably just like we got to get in and shoot. So it's that
Yeah.
type, and then they're on a weird set. Like they're not comfortable. It's all sorts of stuff.
No, don't make excuses. Patrick Stewart knows how to do it. How come Will can't? No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. We love you, Will.
Yeah. So, what about you, Sarah?
Probably 7 out of 10 as well. I think it'll be weird. It's a little weird that he won't be in the show anymore. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
gonna-
It's gonna be an adjustment period for me. I mean, I don't know.
Well, we've already had the odd episode where he doesn't really have much of a role.
I
and we
know,
haven't-
but
it'll just be like
it's
those,
just-
but forever.
It's just strange.
Hmm.
It's like you're used to it being there, and then all of a sudden it's gone.
You've got
Well, I mean,
accustomed to
the
his
character-
face.
I know
Wesley Crusher.
that was super deep and emotional analysis right there. So,
Well, let's keep in mind that the character of Wesley Crusher isn't dead, so who knows?
yeah,
Maybe we'll
but
see
they
him
wrote
again
him.
one day.
They wrote him off. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe
Despite
he
what I
does
said
come
at the
back.
beginning of the podcast,
Yeah,
he isn't
so-
actually dead.
It's
Yeah.
just weird, I guess.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know. I guess maybe he'll come back. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
We shall
We'll
see.
see.
We shall see. But yeah, that was the final mission for Wesley Crusher. And this is another episode of Newbie Star Trek. Thanks for listening, everybody. If you guys have been liking what you're hearing so far, it'd be great if you could give us a rating or a review, depending on where you're listening. If you're on Apple Podcasts or Podcast Addict, you can give us a review. Spotify's a rating. It just depends on where you're at, Some places even do like thumbs up, thumbs downs, and stuff like that. So, stuff like that.
Pause up, pause down.
Yeah,
Sorry,
pause up,
I'm still in Lady Gaga mode.
And
that was a
also-
Lady Gaga lyric.
Oh no,
If-
it's not. It's just she says put your paws up.
And then if you guys ever want to send us an email, you can always email us at contact@newbiestartrek.com. That's contact@newbiestartrek.com. This week we got another. I think Mark has emailed us before. Does that sound right, Mark? Maybe it was another Mark. Well, a Mark has emailed us.
Mark is
either
a pretty
way, oh, hi,
general
Mark.
name.
Well,
Hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Yeah. Okay, we haven't done that before, so maybe you haven't had Mark on the podcast before.
We probably did. I'm not going to put it past us. We probably did.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mark. You keep hearing this over and over
Sorry,
again.
Mark.
Mark,
Anyway,
Mark.
his subject line is "Worf is a criminal."
Wow.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, newbie Star Trek. Mark from Arizona here. I just finished Reunion and love your episode on it. I just wanted to comment on a few things discussed. You guys mentioned the Klingons feel too stupid to be an empire. You aren't far from the truth. Throughout different times in the franchise, there have been mentions the Klingon Empire is in decay. They are stuck in old traditions, and even their tech is severely outdated. Bird of Prey is a ship that's over 100 years old at this point. That's true, because the Bird of Prey is in the original series. So they never updated it in 100. But how is it still so badass in modern times? That means they were way ahead of their time. You know what I mean?
It's just a classic tried and true design.
Yeah. Also, why is it okay for an excommunicated Klingon wearing a Federation uniform walk onto a Klingon ship and kill a political member of government? The ramifications are huge. Picard just lets Worf meddle in affairs of an entire race of people. Worf should be put in Starfleet prison. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I mean, it sounds like
Well, to be
it sounds
fair,
like America.
that dude had just
that's-
killed his mate, right?
Yeah, and by weird Klingon rules, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's
like,
like,
if you
a mate
challenge
was
someone
killed.
to a
Everybody shut up. A mate was killed.
I think if you challenge someone to a duel, like glove slap someone in the Klingon world, this is fine.
Mhm.
You know, and as long as the battle itself was honorable, which it seemed to be. So,
well, to be fair, it seems like Mark is suggesting that, like the issue is Worf meddling in Klingon affairs, and that's from like the perspective of Starfleet, not the Klingons' perspective.
Yeah.
Right?
I guess Starfleet should be like, hey, what the fuck? And but
yeah, instead it's just like, hey, you want to resign? No, all right, cool, let's go.
Picard was like, oh, you're cool though.
It's like I like you, Worf.
I don't want to lose you, Worf. You're really cool. Yeah. So.
I mean, I don't think Starfleet. I don't think Enterprise is above any of that, like meddling in people's shit, and
No, they're not above it. They definitely do it. They're not perfect.
Like they don't care. I mean, whatever. Like Picard's not perfect either. He's like,
he's covered for a killer for years. So,
well, I also wondered. It's less that it's obvious that they're decaying, but I just wondered how they became an empire to begin with, given how dumb they are.
You just call yourself an empire. Yeah. That's how you do it. Step one.
If you look at Palpatine, he went and it was a republic first.
Well, when you look at the quadrant map, the Alpha Quadrant map in Star Trek, Klingons control a huge amount of space, and you're like, how? What did you guys do that made you so powerful? But,
well, they have the ships. They have the ships.
Yeah, I guess so. In the Bird of Prey, I guess it's implied is stolen from Romulans, and Romulans also have a large empire. So
yeah.
So all right.
When in Romulan,
your mistake is you underestimate them, Marvin. That's
dude.
That's your.
That's also possible. Yeah. And then they get you.
But they're over here doing fucking calculus.
Exactly.
They've been doing calculus the whole time.
Yeah.
Reset the clock for the stand and deliver references.
No, it's never reset because it happened last episode too. So it's never gone away.
We got out a week and then reset the clock.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Mark, for the letter, and also thank you guys for listening. Yay! We do other stuff too. We had the Fugitive Frames Film Podcast where we may discuss what's that movie called? Something Babies.
Oh, Solar Babies.
Solar Babies. Maybe we'll discuss Solar Babies. We'll see. We shall see. Also, we have the Fugitive Games YouTube channel where we do Let's Plays every once in a while and stuff like that. And also, Newbie Star Trek itself has a YouTube channel. You should subscribe. There are things we're going to do there.
Some cool stuff coming soon.
Yeah. All right.
Well, what do you guys like better, a Solar Baby or a Matter Baby?
Solar.
I like Solar Bebe.
Solar Bebe.
Dang it.
Next week.
No one bid it.
Next week, we're going to watch the episode The Loss. Not Loss from Control-Alt-Delete. The Loss.
The Loss?
The Loss.
No, it's Loss. It's fucking Loss. I know it's fucking Loss. It's always fucking Loss.
I'm tempted to make the thumbnail just the lines for the episode whenever we edit it. I'm tempted, but yeah, we'll see. But that'll be next week. In the meantime, stay safe, everybody. We're going to see you guys next time. Goodbye.
See you next time. Bye.
Later.
Alligator.
Solar Babies. One word.